You don't just talk to people. You replay the conversation later, not once, not twice, but again and again in your head. You think about what you said, how you said it, what they meant, what they didn't say. And suddenly, a simple conversation turns into a mental investigation. Did I sound weird? Did they judge me? Why did they pause before replying? Did I say too much? And the worst part is, you already know it shouldn't matter this much, but your brain doesn't stop. Because this is not about the conversation. This is about control. Your mind is trying to go back into a moment that has already passed and fix it, change it, improve it, rewrite it. Because somewhere deep inside, you believe if you had said it better, things would feel better right now. So you keep replaying it, not to remember, but to correct. But here's what's actually happening. Your brain is uncomfortable with uncertainty. It doesn't like not knowing what the other person thinks about you. So it creates possibilities. Maybe they didn't like you. Maybe you embarrassed yourself. Maybe you said something wrong. And these maybes start feeling real, even though nothing actually happened. That's how overanalyzing starts. A normal moment turns into a problem, not because it is one, but because your brain doesn't know how to leave it neutral. It needs a conclusion, it needs clarity, it needs control. So it keeps going, replaying tone, replaying words, replaying expressions, trying to find something that explains everything. But there is no final answer, and that's why it never ends. You don't get closure. You get loops, and the more you think, the deeper you go, until you're not even thinking about reality anymore. You're thinking about your version of reality, a version built on assumptions, and slowly, you start believing it. You start reacting to it. You start feeling things based on things that never actually happened. That's when it becomes dangerous, because now your mind is not observing reality. It's creating it. But here's the truth. Most people don't understand. People who overanalyze conversations are not stupid. They are hyper-aware. They notice details others ignore. Tone shifts, micro-expressions, energy changes. They feel everything. And that's not weakness. That's sensitivity. But without control, that sensitivity turns into self-doubt. Because now, every small detail feels like it means something, even when it doesn't. And your brain doesn't know the difference. So it treats everything like a signal. And that's exhausting, because you're constantly trying to decode people, trying to understand hidden meanings, trying to protect yourself from being judged, rejected, or misunderstood. But here's the problem. You're trying to solve a puzzle that doesn't exist. Not every pause means something. Not every response has a hidden meaning. Not every conversation needs analysis. Sometimes, people are just being normal. But your brain is not used to normal. It's used to patterns. It's used to overthinking. It's used to preparing for the worst. So it keeps scanning again and again and again. And the more you do it, the more automatic it becomes, until one day you don't even realize you're doing it. It just happens. Every conversation turns into a replay. Every interaction turns into a question, and peace starts feeling unfamiliar. But here's where things start changing. The moment you realize you're not searching for truth, you're searching for certainty, and those are not the same thing. Truth is simple. Certainty is endless. And your brain will chase certainty forever if you let it. So the goal is not to stop thinking. That's impossible. The goal is to stop assuming that every thought is important. Not every thought deserves attention. Not every memory needs analysis. Not every conversation needs replay. Sometimes, the healthiest thing you can do is let it be incomplete, let it be unclear, let it be unfinished, because not everything is meant to be solved. And once you accept that, something shifts. You stop reacting instantly. You start observing. You create distance between you and your thoughts. And for the first time, you realize something powerful. Just because you thought it doesn't mean it's true. And just because it feels real doesn't mean it is. That's when the loop weakens. Not overnight, but slowly. You replay less. You assume less. You stress less. And conversations go back to being just conversations. Not problems, not puzzles, just moments. And for the first time in a long time, your mind feels quieter. Not because you fixed everything, but because you finally stopped trying to.